earlier today, there was news that certain letters of the alphabet were very, very disgraced to find themselves in the word, the alphabet, without their permission and their funding. The letters P, H, and E, as you see on this cleverly made chart, would like to know where their money is. Every time a child speaks the word alphabet, writes the alphabet, writes the word alphabet, they should be paid. The letters L, B, and T feel that Creative Commons allows for their usage in the word alphabet without them needing to be paid. The letter A has no response. Is this the tragic end of the alphabet? What will we teach our children? Find out tonight at 10. This is Shelly again. Guess this is probably my third video. I guess web video. I apologize for the hoarse voice. I just got over being sick, so I know I sound awful. I hope I don't squeak too much. But I just got finished watching this video called Rip a Remix Manifesto, and it was all about how copyright and remixing are kind of clashing, and how the same thing with the idea of the Creative Commons videos earlier was this copyright being the big bad copyright wolf is going to huff and puff and blow our remixes down. And whether or not it's, how far should this copyright be taken? How far is too far? And I think we're all coming to that agreement that it's gone a little too far. I mean, when you're suing 10-year-olds, that's a little too far. But a couple of the video made a couple points which I thought I wanted to elaborate on. The first was that I guess the registrar of copyrights had made this statement. You can't argue your creativity when it's based on other people's stuff. Well, my problem with that is that, and I've made this statement before, creativity isn't a new, original, perfectly mine idea. What creativity is taking an idea and turning it into something new. Taking what you know, what you've experienced, what you've learned, and through that, experiencing the world and, regurgitating this new thing, and we call it creativity. But it all comes from something else. One of my examples is a Broadway show called Avenue Q. Now, Avenue Q is a parody of Sesame Street. As you saw the Avenue Q cast and characters and the Sesame Street casting characters. But the point of Avenue Q is that it does pretty much parody Sesame Street. It takes the interjection of the happy songs with the puppets and the people, and even pretty much copies that introduction song. So we beg the question, is that copyright infringement? I mean, if you wanted to argue it, yeah, it could be, but Avenue Q's made a whole lot of money, and who wants to stand up to them? Is Sesame Street going to stand up to them? That's a public broadcasting thing. So it becomes almost, well, you can copyright if you have the money and the lawyers to back it up, which I think kind of sucks. The other point that the movie, the Remix Manifesto had made was that, I like that they talked about Brazil, and they talked about how Brazil has this new culture that is all about remixing and making something old into something new. And then they were showing these kids, and that's how they experience the culture. And, the one little girl that was, had really, really poetic words about, how she experienced their culture. And I started thinking about when we go back to kindergarten, and we've all got our own little squares, and we sit on our little carpet squares, and God forbid Johnny puts his toe on my carpet square, then I'm going to tell the teacher. And I think copyright becomes that idea, is we're trying to take something, the commons of the classroom, we're trying to take this commons of the classroom and this little, the star or the A on your big circle carpet when we're coming to join as a community, and we sit down on our little spot on the carpet, and suddenly it becomes my spot, and it's mine, and you can't have it. And if you so much as take one toe on there, then I'm going to hit you with everything I've got. I'm going to tell the teacher. And it becomes the same thing. It's, my idea. It's my idea. Even though as soon as you share it with another person, it pretty much becomes a common thing. It becomes a communal thing. But it's my idea. And God forbid you take one note from it, you put one toe on my carpet, take one note from my song, and I'm going to slap you with a lawsuit. I'm going to call the teacher. And it's the same thing. And when we're little kids, our teachers think this is silly and they try and teach us to share. But when we become adults, we can act like little kids again, and it's okay. And that's what this is becoming. I understand copyright in the idea of if you make a movie, and you put a lot of money into this movie, and a lot of time, and there's actors, and you show this movie in a theater, then no, someone should not be able to download that entire movie instead of buying it. Because that's how you make your profit. And yeah, you're multimillionaires, but that's how you make your profit. But that same person should be able to take pieces of that movie, be able to Creative Commons pieces of that movie, and put it together with something to make something new, to make a new idea, or to state a point. And that should be okay. They shouldn't have people jumping down their throats for that. So, I think that's pretty much covered it for me. I really liked the movie. It kind of opened my eyes in a lot of directions, and I hope that we can change in the future, because we need to stop being those kindergartners. We need to stop, saying this is my section and only mine, and you can't have it and you can't share the ideas. And I think only when we do that will we start to grow really as a community. And with all this new technology, we can really explode and we can boom and we can do a lot of great things. So, that's it. See you.